Update on me. Um, Slowly but surely, things are settling in. I still have boxes everywhere because this week I have been going crazy doing paperwork. My son got accepted into the sliding scale clinic, but the bad news is there is that 1 year waiting list. They said it could take up to 1 year. It could be 3 months. Um, So they put him into the pharmacy program so at least he can get his meds. But according to them, you have to show a denial of Medicaid. I'm like, he was denied for SSI twice, so that's not enough. So it's like constant paperwork. It's like back and forth, up and down, back and forth. I go to get my daughter's SSI disability switched, and it's always more paperwork you have to do, and more paperwork you have to do, and more paperwork. It like seems endless. Um, but I think I did everything. As for my son, in the meantime, their clinic has an emergency section. So they have an emergency section of that clinic that will take him and give him his meds until the paperwork is processed, and then they can get he's in the program. So it's just a matter of when is there an availability to get him in. Um, so yes, everything here is like down. I've moved to different states, and I've never had this intensity before of this, that, and the other thing needing to be done. Um, so yeah, Texas has its own laws, and I have like 6 refills back in North Carolina, and I thought all I had to do was just go to the nearest Walmart and transfer them, but no, it's just endless paperwork. But I think all the paperwork has finally been done, except for apartment insurance. It's like they keep sending me letters saying I have to fill out this, I have to prove this, prove that. Um, so yeah, I haven't even been able to do a budget. I've been paying bills without even doing a budget for the last 6 weeks. So that's like the last huge chore I have to do besides take my son to the clinic to get his meds in the emergency section. And I just have to go to disability for one more thing, but it's like something small and hopefully easily fixable. And so yeah, I've been just running around with a chicken without a head. Mom, I'm just really happy again to be near family. My brother and I, his wife will drive up here with the girls, or they'll drive up together as a family, or we'll drive down there. Like I said, it's just a 30-minute drive, and it's thank goodness it's going away from the city. And even though you take like 3 highways there, it's pretty simple. Just the nearest highway towards him is usually kind of trafficy, but it's not bad. Not like when I went. Oh my goodness, I had to. Well, my husband did the driving. Had to take him right at the beginning of the city. I mean, just right there. And it's pretty scary. I mean, we drove it once, and I was like, together to take my kids to the Zan. I told you, I think 2 weeks ago. I was like, I never want to do that alone. And so my husband said, well, I'll drive there. And then I thought, well, I can make a U-turn and just take the street back. And they were, I think, getting ready for the 4th of July, and there is no underpass. The only thing I could have done was make a right turn going down another street, and I didn't know that, so I didn't look all that up. And it was blocked off. I think I could have had one more chance to get off, but I didn't know what I was doing. Again, I was looking for the underpass, and there was none. Oh my goodness. It was like right at the beginning. It wasn't even like you're in the heart of the city. It was like right at the beginning of downtown. And oh my goodness, that was horrible. It was like a 5-minute drive, but it was like death defying, because these guys acted like if they let you get in front of them, their lifespan was going to shorten or something. It was ridiculous. They see you trying to get into the lane. Everything here is just crazy, because usually when you're on a highway, the exits you get on, you're on the right, the exit's on the right. Here, exits go left and right, and you're taking your life into your hands anytime. You gotta get into that left lane, get into that right lane. I even saw a car accident the other day going to Blockbuster. It's horrible, and it's really like around here, from here, going down southern, it's not that bad. But when you're going into downtown, it's horrible. And they would not let me pass. I had to get into that because the entrance goes in through the left, so you have to make it to the right to get out. It was like my exit was like, like maybe one or two exits, and oh my goodness, I was ready to start cursing, man. I was like, God, help me. I finally, somebody who probably was an angel of God let me pass into the lane that I needed to get home. It's horrible. It's evil. It is evil driving here. But yeah, so basically I think I finally got through all the paperwork except for the apartment insurance. And that's not really my paper. I have to be after the office to get me that. Finally, my husband's hours are showing and overtime finally kicked in, so thank goodness it's enough money to pay the rent. So yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying, because to me this move has been survival. That time when I said enjoy the ride, no, it was survival. It's I feel like I'm just trying to survive here, but I'm finally starting to enjoy being with family again. I love being with family again. I tried to spend Father's Day together with my brother. Unfortunately, my brother works the holidays, so so far we have I spent Father's Day, because Mother's Day I was cleaning the apartment back in North Carolina, so we spent Father's Day here, our anniversary here. 4th of July, I'm trying to get together with my sister-in-law because my brother works, unfortunately. My daughter's birthday is in another 9 days, a week and a half, so trying to just enjoy that. I love visiting with my brother. We watch movies together, and I mean, we're huge movie buffs. But sometimes I don't understand a movie, and so I love watching movies with him because he'll explain it to me. I'm usually the one that explains movies to my husband. He's like, I don't get it. And so I try to explain to him. I'm really good at, like, I can guess who the killer is within the first 5 minutes of a movie. I'm really good at things like that. But there's just some movies I just don't get. And watching them with my brother is like a whole new experience because he explains it to me. So it's just really cool. Yeah, so, and, spending time with my husband's wife is nice, have a friend to talk to. My nieces, I love it. They see me and they run to me and they hug me and they kiss me. I love it. I love it. And then, my kids are happy to be with family again. So I'm finally starting to relax just the tiniest bit and enjoy that. So, this week, the major thing will be doing that budget. Paying bills without doing a budget is not cool. I had to do the budget. Finally, my son's account was closed. I guess it takes something like 3 weeks or something. So now I got to close my daughter's account. Her stuff has been transferred here. And the only kind I haven't been able to transfer is YouTube. Something went wrong, so I had to try that, and then I could finally close those accounts. And then the last connection I'll have to North Carolina are my license plates. But that's the very last thing on the list. So this week is just budget, taking my son to get his pills because to me that's of utmost priority. And then I can concentrate on getting the Texas license plates and find out how to get a Texas driver's license, and that's it. All ties to North Carolina will be done, and I'll be a Texan, and I can relax a little. But my next major goal, I want to homeschool so bad, but this mess kind of makes it a little difficult. So, I try to, little by little every day, I try to get something done. So sometimes I'll take a break from doing all the paperwork and running around like a chicken without a head, and I'll take a day or two to just try and get some organization done. So yeah, that's really what I really would love to do, is just finally get these boxes organized. There's just one or two things I still haven't been able to find in the mess downstairs, and I've got boxes up here that I've been through and need to go back downstairs. And we need to get our like DVDs organized. We threw out a lot of stuff. So I had like, I don't know, maybe 10 shelves, and threw out most of them. They were already falling apart. So that would really be what I'd like to do, is get my DVDs organized. And this apartment's so small, there's no room for shelves. So I just got one more shelf downstairs I need to find a place for and try to get my DVDs organized. And so really it's just like that, and just find like one or two other things that I really, really would like right now, and then the rest can wait, And so that's really basically it. I could try and be on top of this apartment a little bit better. It's so much easier to be on top of a 1-floor apartment than it is a 3-floor apartment. So yeah, so that's been my life here. Just thank God it's been getting slowly. Things have been calming down and we've been settling in. The only two things, let me tell you, Houston, the food here in Texas is so good. Oh my goodness, everything tastes good, from fast food to restaurants. Everything is so flavorful. But there's one thing I cannot get. Well, I found one pizza place that wasn't, it wasn't very good. I love New York pizza, and it's really hard to find a good pizza. Can't find, I haven't found a pizza place here. And a nail salon. I mean, you should see my nails. I just got them done yesterday because my middle finger keeps breaking. The last time I got my nails done in North Carolina, I had a hard time finding a good salon too. But my nails lasted me 9 months. I don't think any one of them I think they might have chipped but not broke off. 9 months my nails lasted me, I think, the last time. And here my middle finger one keeps breaking off. That's the one I think I put the most stress on. And I can't let them grow too long, because then if it bangs against something it might break. But I cannot, they shape them wrong. I hate when you say you want square, a square is like this. Nah. They do them like this. I hate that. I don't like my sides to be that way. My nail is fat, and when you do that, it exposes my real nail, and my nail it'll start separating and break. Yesterday this lady, shaped it this sideways and this straight, and see here, it's like this side and then this straight. My thumb looks like someone took a bite out of it. I mean, it's like ridiculous. So I've been to 4 nail salons. During the move, like 3 or 4 nails broke. So I arrived here on Friday. I just ran Sunday to get my nails done. Horrible job. I like when you put a nail that's wide enough to fit my entire nail. They don't get that for some reason. And they keep exposing the sides, and that's how my nails separate and break. Horrible shape. She did not buff them out right. I have lumps and bumps on my nails. So the second place I went to, it was like 3 people and only 1 person. She said, I can't take you today. I'm like, okay, next. So I went to the next place. And it looked like the first place looked really nice. The second place looked nice. The third place looked nice. But he had a lot of women there to take care of my nails. But she also did a terrible job with my nails. She didn't shape them right. She just didn't shape them right. They don't buff them right. And the worst part, she kept scraping my cuticles with the Dremel. I'm like, next. So that's 4 places. And then I just went to another place yesterday, and it was a really tiny rinky-dink nail salon. I'm like, oh my goodness. Only 2 people there, and there was 1 woman ahead of me. And how long does eyebrows take when you get your eyebrows waxed? I've seen it done. It takes 5 minutes, right? Half an hour. And then so I'm waiting there half an hour. She takes me and then stops in the middle to take care of another person's eyebrows, another 15, 20 minutes. So finally she finishes and just made my nails all discombobulated shaped. It's just like crazy. This one, I don't know how, like some sort of, I don't know what it was, nail polish got inside the nail. She thought that I bruised it, but as she was removing the fake nail, it wasn't. It was just that it needed to be cleaned. She left half the red in my nail. This nail looks like a slasher film. This nail, when I did the Revlon, the yellow would not come off. All she had to do was buff that off. No, she only buffed half the yellow off, left the other yellow on. Said it was my nail when I know it wasn't. Then again, when she put my middle finger, because that one broke again, she shapes it like that. That's a square is like this. I don't know why they do this. It just drives me crazy. So, you know, like this one is this way and then straight. It's just, this one is this way and then straight. It's like, you know, doesn't anybody understand? This one was slanted here and then straight there. I don't understand. I mean, once in a while I got to have that problem in North Carolina, and I told them, no, give me somebody else who knows what they're doing. But here I've been to 4 salons, so that's frustrating. So, and I tried doing my own nails over and over. I try following the instructions. I try doing everything, except they don't want to Dremel my nails, so I just buff it and just comes right off. They won't stay on me. I believe me, I've been trying for the past 15 years. I can't get it right. I've tried it over and over. I tried the regular acrylic, and then water gets in, and then it gets the fungus, and then it only came out right on me once that they stayed on. I don't know what I did right that time, because after that it still wouldn't stay on. And I tried doing the gel nails. That didn't work. It kept popping right off, and I'm doing everything it said to do, and it still wasn't working. I just can't do my own nails. God knows I wish I could. The initial investment might be, I don't know, maybe $100 if you're doing gel. You know, anywhere from $20 for acrylic to $100 for gel. And that would be an investment that would last me a long time, and it would save me money. But I can't do it. So, time to hit some more stores. I'm like desperate enough to start driving into the city on a Saturday morning when shouldn't be any traffic. Although I went on a Saturday morning, there was a ton of traffic still with my husband, not alone. So frustrated there. But other than that, the food here is excellent. Excellent food. Everything tastes so good. You know, I hardly see a McDonald's or a Burger King. They have places like Jack in the Box, like Whataburger, a lot of like Mexican type, even Mexican fast food too. Like I don't see as many Taco Bells as I'll see Taco Cabana, which is pretty good, by the way. For it's like a mediocre between a fast food and a fancy. You know, they got a lot of Taco Cabanas, which is pretty good. All of these places are really, really good. They've got one place that's a little pricey. It's like a cafeteria, but the food is so good. I'm telling you, the food here is really, really good. And I find myself eating out a lot because I'm running around a lot, and I'm not going to come home and cook exhausted, sweating. Here, in up north, when I was, I think, in New York, I could wash my hair like maybe once every 4 days, maybe 5 days. When I moved to South Carolina, it was like once every 3 days. In the summer, every other day. Down here, it's like you got to wash your hair every day. It's like that's how much you sweat. We had some heat waves, 109. The air conditioner didn't do nothing. And we had the ceiling fans on, nothing. You got to put that plus a regular fan. You know, to get any type of relief. So you're like sweating constantly. So here you need you need to wash your hair practically every day. I try, it was not that bad. I try to wait every other day because I don't want to dry out my hair. So I also found that I used to itch a lot at the back of the head. I had like this irritation in the back. I don't have that irritation anymore. It's as if that might have, the heat here, even though it's humid, it's still more intense and drying. So I don't feel like that itch in the back of my head anymore, as if whatever that irritating thing was corrected by here. But also, even though you're sweating a lot, you think you're gonna feel more greasy. The sun is so intense, it's like dries out your skin. So I mean, I wear the sunscreen, the glasses, the hat, and just trying to keep my skin, constantly moisturized. But my hands, I remember I wouldn't wear hand cream for nothing in the world in New York. I hated the feeling when I went down to. As I got older in North Carolina, I felt I did need some hand cream, like just a regular hand cream. It's been super, super extra dry, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Mary Kay Satin Hands. It's like a gel like, very intense, almost like Vaseline, very, very intense, greasy Vaseline thing. And then it has like a scrub to put on top, and then you put their hand cream on, and that's what I've been having to do like every other day because your skin is so dry. It's just so many new things to learn. The roaches here are freaking huge. I thought the ones in North Carolina was huge, and I never seen one fly in North Carolina, only in Puerto Rico. But my son said one flew across his face once. I didn't see that. I saw the size of it, but here, it's like in North Carolina you had big ones. Sometimes you might find really huge ones, but here they're all huge. When they say Texas is everything big, they are not kidding. These roaches look like that big to me. I might be exaggerating, but that's how big they look to me. And my husband, we bought this Raid. It's like this Raid. It's not exactly a roach spray. It's like you spray it around the perimeter of your house, and those suckers die. It's like it doesn't instantly kill them. They're like all drugged. They're on their back. They can't move. But if you try to sweep them, their legs are still moving. Oh gosh, it's this Raid thing. It comes in a blue jar and you spray it around your house. It's not like a roach spray where you spray it on the roach and it'll die from the poison. I know the ones in North Carolina put up a huge fight with those poisons, but here we haven't really had to. We only had to use the poison once because I used to sleep in a basement. Our den was like towards the basement. We had the 3 floors, but it was a basement with the sliding glass doors that goes out. So I wouldn't really call it a basement. But anyway, here I'm on the 2nd floor, and the sun is so bright, so it comes in through my window. I don't need. Ever since I can't. I sleep with a nightlight. I don't need one here. But I did put one in the bathroom. It is pitch black in there, and I've been told that the roaches are attracted to the light. I've told you already. These German roaches and these what they would call the American roaches are different. The German roach looks for the food. They defecate and spread germs all over your dishes. You put on the light, they run. Once they take over your house, it's like an invasion. It's really hard to get rid of them. These American roaches, because the German ones are small, these American roaches are different. They're attracted to the light. They don't run away from you. They run towards you like if they want to be your best friend. So I have a nightlight in my bathroom. And it must have came out from the drain, because we put that spray around the perimeter, especially in the garage. Oh my goodness, it's hot and dark in there, so I guess they like to be in there. I don't know. We've hardly had rain, but when we do have rain, the first couple times it was just drizzles, but the last 2 times it was really heavy lightning, rain, and I don't know if that draws them out, but they like to come in through the garage. We sprayed the perimeter, and you find them dead. You just find them on their back. So this one had to have come up from the drain, and I've seen them do that. Like they come out of the vents too, the air conditioning vents too. So it must have been attracted to the nightlight that I had in the bathroom, because it was just looking at it, like it's so beautiful or something. I go to the bathroom and I go to wash my hands, and I was like, did we drop something in the sink? I turned on the water just to wash my hands, and it moved just a tiny bit. I was like, okay, that is not an inanimate object. I try not to scream, but my muffles still come out like fear of death. I wake up my daughter, who's all the way on the other side of the apartment. I wake up my husband and turn on the light, and I'm telling him, Kelly, get the roach spray. I want to see it. What do you want to see? Just because of roach spray? I'm thinking this is gonna run through my toothbrushes. It's gonna run through all over the sink, and we're gonna have to chase it down because these things, you spray them and they still don't die. I ran to get the roach spray, and when I come back, it started trying to climb up the porcelain. Maybe it was the porcelain was slippery or something because it like tried to climb up but fell back down. And it was one of those roaches that have like a triangular shaped beigey head. You know, it has like roaches are usually black or brown, but sometimes they have like this triangle, like a beige triangle on the head. Those just skeeve me out more. And I'm like, I just want to vomit. So my husband sprays it. And I was in fear that it's gonna run around, run all over my toothbrushes and I have my face creams there and everything, facial cleansers. And I'm like, I don't want poison all over. I don't want that roach all over. I don't want the poison all over. Oh, you don't have to worry about that, because when my husband sprayed it, it spread its wings. He doused it so much that it didn't get, but it was about to take flight. People think that I'm kidding when they say I'm going to die of a heart attack. I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room that night. The pain in my chest was so bad. It was like that for a couple of hours. I could not go back to sleep. I'm thinking, I'm going to have to go to the emergency room. I'm going to die of a heart attack because of these dang roaches. But thank God, about 3 hours later, I was okay and I fell asleep. But ever since then, I go into that bathroom. I usually leave the light off, but I go into that bathroom with trepidation. At first, I was turning on the light all the time, but I just check in there. Then it's attracted to the night light, so let me check. Okay, nothing there. Okay, now I can go to the bathroom. Oh my goodness. But yeah, those roaches are horrifying. But yeah, the other bad insect here, and I've always said this: mosquitoes are demons sent straight from hell to torment us. In New York, when our screens were broken all the time, and you'd replace it, it'll break. The cat would scratch it or something. The kid would, and mosquitoes would get in, and they would be biting you the entire night. I would douse myself in Skin So Soft because it has like a citronella smell, and if there was one spot on my body that I missed, that's where it would bite me. Those things are demons straight from hell. Now, when I first moved to North Carolina, they were really big mosquitoes that when they bit you, left you these huge bumps that was itching for days. I'm not sure. It was like a big problem in the beginning, and I know that the city was working on that because mosquitoes spread disease, and I guess they figured out a way to control them because after the first couple of years, maybe 3 or 4 years, there wasn't a problem. If we found any, we'd spray. If they were flying, we'd like mist a little bit of the roach spray and they would die. So you don't want to go after something that flies with roach spray. You're going to get roach spray all over the place, all over your house. But anyway, they were attracted to the light, so we would douse, one spray and they were out. So now here we move here, and the first couple of days my husband was agony. He was in agony all over his body. Huge mosquito bites, bleeding from the itching. I think they go into your clothes because they would even bite him underneath his clothes. I think they would go like into his sheet and bite him underneath the sheet. And at first they didn't bother anyone else. And then a couple of days later, like maybe a week later, they were tormenting me. I've got these horrible, like blotchy just all over from their bites. It's just horrible. I haven't experienced that for so long. It's like demons right out of hell. Just horrible. The itching, and it's not like the itching, they bite you and the itching goes away after a couple hours. This is like they last you for days. And here I don't see them. They're like microscopic. They're hard to spot. I mean, At one point, I even ripped my skin because the itching was driving me insane. I just ripped right up the bump off. It was a small bump, but like all over our bodies. My daughter said they were biting her. There's all of these scars from the scratching. So, you move to a new place and you have to deal with the new things that are there. I mean, and I have the skin so soft and it doesn't seem to work. So we got off, and my husband bathes in it because he's out there all the time for his job. So yeah, I mean, it's different, it's new, learning things, finally settling in though, just in trying to survive the acclimation and the change and the move, but at the same time enjoying spending time with my family. And hopefully I'll finally be able to finish the last 3 months of homeschooling. Hopefully my son will go to college here. Everything will work out, and life goes on. So anyway, love you guys, and so yeah, and I will see you next week, continuing my rainbow series with Inglot, and next week will be orange. Bye.